श्री सत्य साई दिव्य कथा, श्री सत्य साई दिव्य कथा, श्री सत्य साई दिव्य कथा।
The Chitravathi is an interstate river in southern India. It is a tributary of the Pennar River. Rising in Karnataka, it flows from Andhra Pradesh with its basin covering an area of over 5,900 kilometers. Chitravathi is a seasonal river that comes alive after the monsoons. Chitravathi is also known as the Deva Kanya, and it flows through Puttaparthi. At 4 p.m. in the old mandir, Baba would say in a loud voice, "I am going to Chitravathi. Is everyone ready?" As the sun would go down in the western sky, a group of 30 devotees would set forth with Baba. They would carry various musical instruments, a big carpet to spread on the sands, some vessels, and a few lanterns. Baba would create innumerable objects from the sand, talk to devotees, sing songs, and fill them with joy. Baba would say, "I am Sankalpa Siddha, not Siddha Sankalpa." There was a huge boulder under the Kalpa Vriksha. Jumping to pluck a handful of leaves from the tamarind tree, Baba would give a leaf to each devotee and ask them to keep their palms closed. When they opened them, they would find all kinds of things: sugar candy in one hand, rosary in another, and peppermint in the third. He would ask them to close the fist again, and when opened, they would find only tamarind leaves. The tree was a great storehouse of nectarine presents too. Baba used to pluck from the tree an apple from one branch, a mango from another, an orange from the third, and pears and figs from a fourth and fifth. It didn't matter if the fruit was in season or not. Coming down from this rock, they would assemble on the Chitravathi sands at a suitable spot selected by the devotees. Devotees would exclaim that they were hungry and pester him to giving them something to eat. Even as he moved his hands on the heap of piled up sand, they would be able to predict what he would be pulling out based on the smell. Sometimes it was Mysore pak, an Indian delicacy. Ghee would drip from it and it would be hot. He would then place the pieces on a tray and serve everyone. After eating the sweet, they would say, "Baba, we are satiated with this. Now, give us some savories." Baba would then pull vadas out of the sand. Surprisingly, as he would keep pulling hot and ghee-dripping vadas out of the sand, not a speck of sand would cling to them. One day, Baba asked his devotees to bring long ropes and asked them to tie them to a huge tree. When Baba started swinging with the help of the devotees, he was not at all satisfied. He said that their combined strength was not of much use. By his own effort, he started swinging continuously and went higher and higher. In a short time, he seemed to reach the sky. People around were totally confused. They went out of their senses. The swing that could not go above a certain height with all the combined efforts was suddenly flying like a rocket. As they watched, the big branch to which it was tied shattered to pieces and fell. Baba was nowhere in sight. He appeared from behind and said the time for that spirit had expired, and thus it is given redemption. When they observed the broken branch lying on the ground, it appeared bigger than the tree from which it fell. One day, as they were all walking towards the Chitravathi, Baba suddenly disappeared. While they looked for him, they heard him clapping. Looking up, they found Baba alerting them, "I am on top of the hill." It was 6 in the evening. Baba said, "All of you look at me. I shall show you the sun." Everyone laughed as the sun was already setting. Suddenly, the whole sky was filled with blue clouds. The rays began to turn red till they looked fiery and exuded so much heat that devotees found it unbearable. They appealed, "Baba, it is too hot." On his sankalpa, the heat subsided. Baba then said, "I shall show you the moon." They saw behind Swami's head the rays of the moon. Soon it turned whiter. They began shivering in the cold. Their bodies became stiff and their teeth began to chatter. The devotees pleaded, "Baba, it is very cold." As they were imploring, the cold slowly subsided. And then Baba announced, "I shall now show you the third eye. Watch me very carefully and attentively." Suddenly his head appeared gigantic and filled the entire sky. On Baba's forehead, between his two eyebrows, an orifice appeared. Fiery, fuming sparks began to come out of the opening. Many devotees fell unconscious. Suddenly all this vanished and they found Baba standing in their midst. "What happened?" he asked. "Why are you weeping? Why have these children fainted?" Not knowing what answer to give to these questions, they continued weeping. As they recovered and got up, they mustered a little strength and asked him, "Baba, are you all right? We could not see your body." Baba laughed heartily and created vibhuti with a wave of his hand and put it on their foreheads. It was a strange experience. On the way to the mandir, many were walking unsteadily as if drunk. They could not sing properly and the whole evening was spent in that state. When it continued the next day too, they asked Baba about it. He said with a smile, "You have been praying to have a glimpse of this third eye for many past lives. In answer to your prayers today, I gave you darshan of it. But I did not show you even 1,000th of its brilliance. You could not withstand even that. Your present state is the result of that spectacle." He created vibhuti and placed it on each of their foreheads. A semblance of normalcy then returned.